Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk Photography. My name is Steve Perry. I'm a headshot and portrait photographer from Cornwall, Ontario. In the last video, we talked about what a headshot was, and today I want to talk to you about what happens when you give me a call for your headshot. First of all, what's your headshot going to be for? Is it going to be for social media? Is it that you need a headshot because you're applying for a job? Has your company told you you need a headshot for their website? There can be numerous reasons why you want to get a headshot done, and it's good to know because that kind of sets the tone for the session. The other thing we want to talk about too is what should you wear for your headshot? Well, of course, that all depends on the reason for your headshot. If it's just a profile picture on Facebook, then something very casual is perfectly fine. But if it's for business, you want to be a little more formal. Generally, you want to wear a shirt and tie. And the one thing you've got to remember too is that when you get a headshot done, the focus has to be on your face. So you don't want anything to detract from that. So you don't want overly bright backgrounds, overly bright clothing, that type of stuff. You want your face to really be the star of the headshot. The other thing I'm going to want to know too is how many headshots are you going to want? You may say, well, I want a formal one, I want an informal one, I want one where I'm smiling, I want one where I'm not smiling, or you may just simply say, I just want one headshot, business, shirt and tie, that's it, on a white background. And that's perfectly fine. But that's something that we have to decide beforehand so that I have some idea of how long the session is going to be. Generally, my sessions are about an hour in length, and what I like to do is I like to proof the photos with the client after the shoot, which basically means we sit down together on the computer and we decide what your best photo is, or photos, and then we decide which ones you're going to want edited. Next thing that we want to talk about is the background color. What kind of background are you going to want? Are you going to want a white background, a gray background? Are you going to want both? Are you going to want something on a black background? I don't usually recommend a black background for a headshot. I find black backgrounds work better for portraits. But the choice is yours. You're the client. The next thing is time constraints. Do you have all day to get your headshot done, or do you have a morning? Do you have an afternoon? Because although my sessions do say they're an hour, they can go on for longer than that. I've had some go on for 2 or 3 hours, depending on how the client feels, what's happening, the mood of the shoot. Sometimes a client will decide halfway through, well, you know what, I actually want a formal one too. And if they've brought clothing, if they brought a shirt and tie, then we can go on and we can do that. We can go through several setups and also several lighting setups. Lighting makes a big difference in a headshot. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you some of the lighting setups that I use and the reason why I use them, and that'll give you some idea, something to think about before you give me a call. The last thing we do is set a date and time. I'm pretty well available anytime. I never do more than one shoot a day. So generally I'm available 7 days a week, mornings or afternoons. Evenings are a little more difficult, but if that's the only time you can make it, I'll make sure that we have some evening time together. So in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what the home studio looks like, the type of equipment that I use, and we'll also take a look at some sample headshots that I've done of myself to give you some idea of what is available. So until then, let's keep talking photography. Think about your headshot, give me a call, and we'll talk to you later.